Hi, this is Brendan McCaughey, and thank you for joining me again. This is video 30. I'm catching back up. I'm almost 12 videos behind at this point on the 52-week video challenge, but I won't be stopped, and I will continue, and I will catch up, and I will finish this challenge on time. And anyways, so in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to push really hard, and that's the topic of this video, is sustaining maximum effort, and ways that I kind of do that, and ways that I fail at doing that, and some of the consequences. And so there's times in my life where I really have to give it all that I've got, and usually I have a tendency and a pattern that I've realized to bite off more than I can chew or take on an immense amount of responsibility at one time. And in those times I'm forced to really grow and learn and become better in every single way, but oftentimes in my past I've pushed so hard that I've burnt myself out, and I've actually done that several times in the last 10 years, and it's not a good feeling, you know. It's totally tired, drained, unmotivated, not knowing why you're doing anything, feeling less energetic, less cheerful, less joyous, all that stuff. And there's physiological and psychological reasons and impacts for burnout, and sometimes I push too hard, but for the average person and for a lot of people, they don't push hard enough. They just kind of coast. And so think of it like a skateboard. You know, you can coast and you'll eventually get there if you have kind of the right slope and the right surface, and you may just coast your way to where you want to go, but generally you're going to have to push, and the harder you push, the quicker you'll get there. But if you push too hard, you get too fast, you'll have a speed wobble and you'll fall down, or, you know, get an injury, or you know, you might make a mistake because you're going really fast and not focusing on what you have in front of you. A little pebble, something small, could just trip you up. And so for me, pushing hard is very important, and it's part of who I am, and I think part of what separates me from a lot of people that I've worked with in the past, and probably will separate me from people that I work with and for and through in the future. And so when I'm pushing hard, some of the things that kind of get me through are making sure that on some level I'm enjoying what I'm doing. You know, I can find enjoyment in it, even if it's toiling, even if it's grinding 16, 18, 20, 21 hours in a kitchen. You know, even in those situations, I still find some sort of enjoyment, like whether it's practicing my craft and improving my skills, or making a stupid, cheesy joke, or you know, just trying to make everybody else around me feel better. And so I really push hard as a way of life, and sometimes it's to the detriment of myself, and I need to kind of evaluate ways to push hard and sustain for a little longer term, probably at a slightly slower pace. But I mean, if you're watching this and you're not getting results in any aspect of your life, chances are you're not quite pushing hard enough. You're not giving it the maximum effort that you could be. And it's often hard for us to look at ourselves and think that I'm not working hard enough, because everybody likes to think that they work hard, but very few people actually, in my experience, do. You know, even people that do similar positions to things I've held in the past, they're just not putting in the work. They're just wanting to get out of there. They're just cutting every corner they can to make things easier, you know. And one of the things life has taught me is that easy is not always best. Even if it seems like it takes less effort, somewhere along the line it's going to catch up to you. And so I want to just make sure that there's some value in here indirectly, and I'll give a couple secrets that I have when I'm pushing really hard. One of them is to quantify what you're doing, and I do that by sleep, and I'm referring to this Garmin VivoFit Model 2. I've been tracking my sleep for about 2 years, and when I'm pushing really hard, sometimes I don't get what most people would say is a lot or enough sleep. But for me, it's all about the quality of sleep, not exactly how many hours I'm in the bed, because I've seen many nights where I'm in the bed for 8 hours, and most people would, without quantifying that, think that they got 8 hours of sleep, and realizing that I got mostly light sleep, not enough deep sleep, and I was actually awake for an hour of that. So measuring stuff along the way when you're pushing gives you a reference point and gives you something to compare against. So you know, oh well, last week I worked 65 hours, I got this and this and this done, and this week, you know, because I'm ahead, I can do 30 hours and achieve similar comparable results because I planned ahead, or stuff like that. So this is a little bit of a convoluted message, and if it's not coming across clear, you can feel free to comment and be like, hey, that video sucked. But I'm pushing right now, you know, I'm in between many commitments and just trying to carve time out to get these videos done. So I'm pushing myself to be better and to use my time more wisely and to waste less time and be more effective as a communicator, and hopefully you can see that I'm starting to improve and that I really have stuff that's valuable to share, and I just want to help people. Like I said in my last video about vision, you know, my vision is to contribute on a large scale and help as many people as possible, and starting with people that I know, you know, within my audience that I have already. I want to help any of you. You want anything from me, hit me up and I'll try my best to give you a solution or help you, guide you through a tough time or anything. Really, you need anything, just let me know. And for the broader people that are going to watch this video later, once I've built myself up even more, this is me starting out, and hopefully by the time you're watching some of my later videos, they're much better, and I'm wasting less of your time with my wind and giving you more takeaways. But this is just a starting point, and I'm pushing hard to get to where I want to go. So I hope you join me and push a little harder. Thank you.